Hello there, friends and followers. Welcome to the Kuwait Pilot channel and another live stream today. It is 1800 Zulu, 2100 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait, where this live stream is being broadcasted to all of you. Want to welcome all of you guys to the stream. Ali Brahimi, Stan, Boeing Corp, Saad Al Hunaidi, Aero Knowledge, Boeing, Carl Childers, welcome back. I hope that you've had a safe travel and that you are back and all in one piece, I hope, and that you were successful in your travel, whatever it was, business or pleasure. I hope it was, you are well, my friend. The MD-80 is definitely a beautiful aircraft to fly. And I'm not really sure why this Leonardo aircraft was not very popular amongst streamers or content creators. It is actually a very high fidelity aircraft in terms of the system simulation, and I'm not sure what's up with real weather today. We are flying in real weather, but for some reason it's not coming up. Maybe it's my internet connection, could be msfs, I'm not sure, but anyway, we will deal with the situation as things change. But today we're going to be flying this aircraft. I truly love the MD-80. I think it is a very complex aircraft to fly, a little bit kind of a hybrid between an Airbus and a Boeing, so to speak. But the AOM livery that we're flying today is a French airline that ceased operations in 2001, I believe, or 2004. I'm not exactly sure. It is no longer there, of course, but it's nice to kind of bring it back to life here in the sim this evening. Kenny Myers, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you are well. And yeah, of course, the broadcast today is to both Twitch and YouTube. And I do apologize for the slight delay in the beginning. I was having some internet issues, so I had to reboot my router. All right, so this is the Mad Dog, and it gets the name from the look. Just look at that. It does look like a mad dog, doesn't it? All right, let's bring up GSX. Before we bring up GSX, actually, let's head back into the beautiful cockpit here. And I think they've done a reasonable job, Leonardo's software, on the cockpit textures. This looks really very, very nice. Very high fidelity. All the panels, the scratches, the reflections, everything looks really, really cool. I do like the aircraft design a lot. I do like the 3D modeling. The texturing, I think, is done to a very, very high standard. And it does make you feel like you're sitting in the cockpit of an MD-80. So, love this aircraft as a passenger. AA flew a bunch of them, and yeah, that is very true. American Airlines was very popular. The MD-80 was a very popular aircraft with the American Airlines. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn on our iPad, and in order to turn it on, we need to press and hold. Let's hope it works. There we go. Fly the Mad Dog, and they have a nice EFB. That's probably the part about this aircraft that kind of puts off a lot of people, but actually it's pretty simple once you get it. So they have now the SimBrief integration, so we're just going to click on SimBrief, and hopefully it downloads quickly. Yeah, that's pretty quick. And now we have the entire flight plan loaded here. And very quickly, we are going to be flying at a final cruise altitude of 33,000 feet. And our route is going to begin here with a departure at Paris-Orly from runway 07 through the Bubbly 9 Echo departure. And we're going to be heading today to Milan, Lima, India, Michael, Lima. And we're going to be doing an ILS approach, runway 36. There should be about an hour and 15-minute flight. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah. So we're going to go back to the weight and balance. And now from the weight and balance, you'll see that everything is synced up. You can click here one more time. Excuse me, just to make sure that everything is good. Now we have everything from our SimBrief plan. Excellent. We'll worry about the rest of it later. We can come to this, not the setup, but to the aircraft services. I've had everything refueled automatically so that we don't have to waste too much time. So let's come here to the beautiful overhead panel of the MD-80, and we're going to begin with the battery master right here. Battery master is on. We're going to turn on the start pump for our APU. What's wrong with the click spots today? All right, there we go. The start pump is on. Non-smoking signs are on. And I'm not sure what's going on with the click spots. They kind of look off a little bit. All right, so that's okay. And now we can go to the APU master. We're just going to go straight to the APU. We're not going to worry about ground power today. And now we'll watch the APU start. We're going to switch the meter selector and heat to the captain's side. And we're going to turn on the anti-fog and the anti-ice for our windshield. All right, that's good. And then we're going to come back here and take a look. All right, the APU is still starting, so we're going to head over to the overhead here. Nothing that we really need to set up over here. All the circuit breakers, by the way, are modeled and clickable to simulate failures. So they've spent some serious effort there to model this aircraft with all its systems. APU power is now available. We're going to just check the wind shear. We need to turn on the... What's up with the click spots? All right, we're going to turn on the air. The APU air is kind of like the APU bleed, and I am not really sure what is going to let me reset the view. Maybe that helps. All right, APU air is on, and we're going to turn on the air supply. The bleeds there as well. All right, now we can perform our test. That's the wind shear test, and we're going to test the ground proximity warning. Right, all check. Cockpit voice recorder is tested, and we'll erase it. All right, so all the checks here are okay. We're going to come down here to the max speed warning test. All right, and stall warning test, system A, and 1 and 2. All right, and we can test the anti-skid as well. And we check, everything checks okay.
PA and emergency light test.
Right, and that checks okay as well. So everything here is looking in tip-top shape. Everything here is set. The landing altitude, that we can worry about later. We're going to switch this to standby and back to primary. And then we are pretty much ready with the overhead panel. Everything looks good. The only thing remaining is arming the emergency lights. Right, emergency lights are now armed. And now we need to turn on the pneumatic pressure, which is located here. All right, pneumatic pressure is on. And we're going to turn on the auxiliary and hydraulic system as well. You can see the hydraulic now coming to life. You can see the flap settings also coming to life, and you can see the current position of the flaps. Abside, hello my friend from Italy, welcome aboard. We have also Magpie Gaming, hello my friend, I am doing very well. Boeing Corp, how are you doing today? I hope you are well. And we have Fabrice, is it Fabrice from France? Hello my friend, welcome aboard, glad to have you here with us this evening. Alex, hello my friend, welcome aboard, glad to have you with us during this live stream today. All right, everything's looking good. Let's uncage the display here. And for some reason, you have to do it twice. So you click it first, and then you click it once more. And there you go. And now it is working. Everything is in working order. Let's cancel the master caution. And time to start programming our FMC. All right. I really love the texturing on this aircraft. Very, very nice. By the way, you can open the window there as well. Very, very cool with very nice sounds. Yeah. All right. So we're going to head over to the FMC. We're going to go to position init. We are currently at Lima, Foxtrot, Papa, Oscar. And we're going to select that. And the current GPS position is entered into the FMC. Let's go to the route. Now, there are multiple ways you can do this. The easiest one is to type in the company route, which is Lima, Foxtrot, Papa, Oscar to Lima, India, Mike, Lima. And we're going to enter that here. And voila, we've got everything set up here automatically. We're going to activate and execute that. And then we're going to go to our approach, the departure and arrival. All right. So if we go back to our iPad and go to the electronic flight folder and scroll down here, we are departing 07 through the bubbly 9 echo. So 07. And let's go to the next page. The bubble 9 echo. That's the departure. And we're going to execute that. Excellent. And then we're going to go to the arrival. So we're going to go back to the index here and select our arrival. And let's see here. We are going to arrive through the SRN or Sierra Romeo November 2 Sierra to, I'm not sure if that's the star, but it looks like it is from the just from the construction of it, through runway 36 left. All right, so let's select 36 left. ILS Yankee 36 is selected, and we are going to look for our Sierra. It is indeed the star SRN2N 2S, is it? Or 2N? It's the 2S, SRN2S. So it's this one here. All right. And let's see if we've got the transitions. So we're going to scroll down. Doesn't show you the full plan here. Let's see if we can get it here. Maybe additional info. ATC flight plan. It's not going to show us. All right. We'll bring up our friendly Volanta. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the flight plan. UNDUP, it looks like the transition. UNDUP is the transition there. All right. And we're going to select execute. And we're going to go to our legs page. Make sure there are no discontinuities. Next. Next. And there's one here, which we are going to clear. Excellent. And then it's here, as you can see here, on top, that's the transition. And then on 05, the center fix for runway 36, funnel fix for runway 36, and then the runway. All right, perfect. So we're going to bring it here back on the legs page. Everything here looks good. And we can decrease the range a little bit now for just for our departure. J-Dub, hello, my friend. Great to see someone streaming the Mad Dog. Badger, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your support, sir. Glad to have you here. All right. So everything here is looking good. We're going to use the magic B button to set the altitude. And we're going to come here and set the altitude to 33,000 feet. Right, 33, 1, 2, 3. Rare. There we go. All right. All right, so now we can set up our performance. In order to do that, we're going to come back to the electronic flight bag, and we're going to collect... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. By the way, we can call the GSX services just to kind of make things a little fun. And it doesn't like this parking spot where we're at, so we'll just ignore it. All right, so let's go to performance. We are at Lima, Foxtrot, Papa, Oscar, and enter. The runway is runway 7. All right, we have it there. Condition is dry. Flap setting is optimum. And the current wind, if we look here at our flight plan, if we go to the weather, and the current weather at Paris Orly is 03 minus, so 03 degrees, 0308 knots, 0303 0 and 8 knots. Excellent. Outside temperature, let's put enter. And then we're going to take a look here, and so the temperature is actually 3, outside temperature 3 Celsius. And QNH is 1029, 1029, and enter that. AI is off, packs are on, and now we need the runway reduction from 7. That's fine, we'll leave it. We'll use the full length of the runway. Now we need the takeoff weight. Now, the takeoff weight is something you can get from the load and balance, or weight and balance. And the takeoff weight, as you can see here, is 63544. 63544. Okay. So let's enter that here, 63544. Enter. And now we are ready. Hello there, Andrea. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, with us, NM Flyer Robin. Hello, my friend. Can you do a reverse thrust back out? I believe so. All right, let's go ahead and calculate our performance data. And we're going to do flaps 5, select temperatures 5, V1 146, V rotate 150, V2 159. Perfect. We're going to come back here. We're going to set this to 159. All right, 159 is set, and we're going to head back here to our FMC, and we're going to go to the initial reference here, and we're going to note we can get it. All right, so let's go to weight and balance, and take a note of 0 fuel 55673. 55673. That's the 0 fuel. And the weight, fuel weight is actually something you can get here. So 8,200 kilos, 8,200 kilos and /A. Excellent. So that is set. The reserve, we can just put 2 for the reserve. The cost index is 35. Final cruise altitude is 33,000 feet. Flight level 330, it's saying 32. All right, that's fine. 320. Actually, here's what we'll do. We'll do 310. All right, Flav, that's good. Cruise wind. And we can go back here, go to our electronic folder. We're going to go to the 5328. 5328. Excellent. And the ESA deviation is 5, minus 5. So we're going to enter that here, and it will automatically set everything. Transition altitude is 5,000. All is looking good. Good evening, Andy. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. All right, let's go to a takeoff. And from the takeoff, the only thing we need to do now is enter our V speeds. So we're going to go to the performance at 146, 150, 159. 146, 150, and 159. All right, and the pre-flight is now complete. We are ready to go. Excellent. So everything here is set up. And we're going to turn on our flight directors. Flight director A and the second. I'm not sure what's going on with the click spots today, but it's not. All right, there we go. Could be my field of view or the way I've set up the... I'm really not sure. All right, so everything is ready now. We are ready for engine start, and we're going to take a quick look here at the overhead panel. Everything is looking good. Now for the engine start, we're going to turn on all the fuel pumps. The center tank is empty, so we're going to forget about those. And let's go ahead and call the pushback truck. It's not gonna push us back. That's really bad. I'm not sure if we start somewhere, will it, what do we do now? We could just turn this way because it doesn't want to push us back for some reason now. What do we do? Let's see, reposition. I'm not sure if it actually restarts everything. What do you guys think? Do a power back. That is always an option. We can reverse thrust out of our position, definitely. But you know what? We'll just make a turn, guys. All right, let's go ahead and start the engines in this case. Sorry about that. I didn't really think that GSX is going to do that to us today, but that's okay. All right, so that's the landing barrow. We'll worry about that later. Let's just leave it for now. We need to turn off the bleeds for engine start, and we're going to turn on system A, and we're going to open the switch guards there for both engines. We're going to come down here and make sure that the position light is on. Anti-collision lights is on as well. Excellent. And we are ready for engine start. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and start with the right engine. And we're going to watch here the engine spooling, as you can see. And at about 20% we are of N2, we will introduce fuel. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. And fuel. And now the engine is starting, as you can see. Decent sounds on this aircraft, without a doubt. The model is very nice. I do like it a lot. I know when the aircraft first came out, it received a lot of criticism because it was ported from P3D, but I don't think it takes anything away from this aircraft. I think it looks great. Right, or set our altitude here, and let's see, heading hold. That's fine. Let's go and start the engine, the left engine now. And we're going to wait again for about 20% of N2 before we introduce fuel. Good evening, Adam. How are you doing, my friend? Right, here we go, 15. I think we'll have some time to talk a little bit about what's going on in the flight sim. All right, here we go, in the flight sim world, and we introduce fuel. All right, so one thing we need to do is we need to set up our flaps. So if you go to the weight and balance and you see the takeoff CG, it says 14.2, and we're going to be doing flaps 5, okay? So we're going to come down here and set the CG to 14.2, which is just about right, and flaps 5. All right, and the trim is about 5.8. Okay, so we are going to match this with the long trim there, 5.8. That's about right. And we're going to set the flaps on this side to flaps 5. So to do this, we're going to go and select 1, 2, 3, 4, and flaps 5. Perfect. And now we're going to set flaps 5. And we're just going to wait. And there we go. Takeoff flaps are now set. Everything is in the green. Perfect. And now we can start setting up the panel. So we're going to come here, the engine start switch to the off position. We're going to close the guards for both engines. And now we can turn on the bleed air once more. All right, both are on auto. And we can come here and we can turn off the pneumatic pressure. That is no longer needed. We're going to set the auto brake to takeoff and arm it. And now we are pretty much ready to go, folks. That's about everything you need to do. And the only thing else that we need to do here is we're going to set this to, no, takeoff. All right, so takeoff EPR is now set, and we are ready to go. All right, so we are ready to go. We're going to release the parking brake, and we're going to head over to the runway. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, we don't have the pushback truck today, so we're just going to wing it like that. Just, guys, look at this aircraft. It's really beautiful aircraft. Yeah, we're going to have to do some unrealistic moves here to get the aircraft going. And I believe runway 07 is somewhere over there. Very, very nice aircraft. Very smooth, very easy on performance, by the way. It is a lot better than the Phoenix on performance. Bird, hello, my friend. Bit of a random question about what is considered to be the most usable FBW A320 version right now. You mean in the sim, or you mean in real life? All right, here we go. And we have Air France also pushing back right at about the same time. Nice airport. And you can find both airports today at the msfs marketplace. All right. I'm almost sure. Yeah, there we go. That's the wing view for you guys. Check it out. All right. All right. We are taxiing now to runway 07 for departure. And we're just going to follow that Air France. I believe it should take us to... all right, we need to come here and turn off the APU master to the off position. There we go. And we don't longer need the APU. Excellent. Let's get it on the center line there. Yeah, overall, I do like the Mddog. I think it's a really nice aircraft. I think it is very immersive. The sounds are nice. The modeling is nice. The depth of system simulation is at par, by the way, with the Phoenix and the PMDG. It's not far off from those aircraft. So yeah. Do you use VATSIM or IVO? I use IVO. I used to see the AOM DC-10 a lot when I was living in the Caribbean. Oh, cool. All right, let's give it some power here and get the aircraft moving. Takes a little bit of power to get the aircraft moving, but once it does move, then you know you're pretty much good. Yeah, it's a big aircraft. It's a huge aircraft. All right, I think our runway is, I'm not sure where that Air France is going, but we are going to make the turn here for runway 07, so he can go wherever he likes. All right. It needs just the turn. It needs, the turn is so wide, and yeah, it's a huge aircraft, very, very heavy aircraft as well. And by the way, when you turn on the strobes in the MD-80, it doesn't actually turn on until you actually take off. It's a nice, really nice airport. Yeah. All right, everything is set up here for our departure. And we've got the heading to, we can set the heading to 070 degrees, which is the more or less the runway heading. All right, here we go. First time on the channel from Guadalupe. Nice to see you reviving AOM. Well, fabulous Fab0077. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. Welcome to the channel. And I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, guys, the moderators will be able to add points to all of you guys watching the stream. So that's something the moderators, I will provide the moderators with the commands to do that. And you can also type !top to show the list of all the people, the top 10 people with points. Of course, those points are frequent flyer miles that you are able to redeem here on the channel. So here, let's go to, first we're going to turn on our landing lights. Right, landing lights are on, and runway turn-off lights are on as well. I wish I could understand what's going on with the click spots today. All right, there we go. Right, that is all set, and all the lights are now ready to go. And we are, ladies and gentlemen, cleared for takeoff runway 07 here at Paris Orly. Now, to check, to make sure that everything is configured correctly, just push the throttle. Okay, so now we got a message that's saying the spoiler isn't armed, so we're going to arm the auto spoiler. Lovely sounds. All right, and here we go. We are ready to go. Let's make the turn. Line up with runway 074 departure. The sim today is a lot smoother, and I will tell you guys what I've done just after we depart. All right, we are cleared for takeoff, and let's go. I'm going to turn on the auto throttle. Those click spots. There we go.
Takeoff thrust is set. 80 knots, cross check.
V1, rotate. Wow, look at the wind. Gee. What happened? Engine failure. Oof. That was unexpected. I blew up all the engines. Gee. What happened here? Wow. You had the engine power too high. Yeah, we blew up the engines, guys. Wow. So, yeah. So there you have it. Engine fire. Unfortunately, we actually were able to bring the aircraft, so all the emergency vehicles are now here, so I suppose that we're going to have to restart this flight. You went too high on the throttle. I did. I did not pay attention. I saw it blinking, and then, yeah. So yeah, the emergency vehicles are now going to tow the aircraft, and the pilots are going to be investigated and all that. That is how realistic this is. Absolutely, Carl. You guys have seen, how how Leonardo's software has really developed this aircraft with with accuracy, with fidelity, system fidelity. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to restart our flight, and this time we'll put it in a nice gate. But yeah, fortunately, the aircraft is in one piece, and we're just going to go to. I'm not sure if we can restart or just move the. I think we'll just better restart. So I'll just go to the main menu here, and we'll restart it. Yeah, they did definitely care enough to get it right, and I do like the fact that it's you're fired. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So let's go to select departure again, and we are going to select maybe this one here, set departure. No, gate medium. You know what? Why not? We're going to select this one. It's a bit of a longer taxi, but should be fine. All right, here we go. Hopefully it won't take us too long to set things up. Do me a favor, you can type just that. No, yeah. Yeah, actually takeoff was clicked. We have is it Brunley or Blonlia from our Twitch channel? Welcome, my friend. Welcome aboard. I hope it doesn't take as long as it did earlier today. It took just forever to load the aircraft. Hopefully this time it won't. But yeah, so things like that do happen. That is very realistic, yeah. And I did not really pay attention to the power, and we blew up the engines and the aircraft. Thankfully, we were just lifting off. We were able to bring the aircraft down on the runway. I love the Mddog, but is this worth the $90? In my view, yes, it is definitely. Brunley, it's pronounced, but no worries. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Brunley. Wasn't it like 1 out of 2 MD-80s crashed? That I don't know. German! Hello, my friend. Good evening, Q8. It's better than the XP11 version. It was $35, so I bought it and love it. Yeah, I think Leonardo Software has done a really very good job with their MD-80. So, yeah, if you're looking for an MD-80, this aircraft is definitely... I'm not sure what's up with my connection today. It's taking forever to load the aircraft. Yeah. Hello, Felix. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. I've had some issues today with... there we go. All right, not so long. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right, so GSX, is it going to be happy? It is happy. SimBrief is okay. Excellent. So that's, that's much better for just starting this again. All right, I'm going to change the time here so we fly in daylight so you guys can enjoy the scenery. And we've got some aircraft here around us. All right, let's get things started quickly. And hopefully the click spot is also fixed now. All right, so we're going to go first to the electronic folder. We're going to select our SimBrief plan, and that should load. All right, there we go. We have it loaded. Everything else here is set for the time being. We're going to go to the weight and balance and click on SimBrief, and that should sync everything up with our flight plan. And now we can start... No, that's not what we want. All right, we can start here with the overhead panel. So we're going to begin with the battery master. Battery master, and we're going to go ahead and start the APU. Let's make sure the start pump is on. All right. And now we should start the APU should start. All right, perfect. All right, so that is while that is starting, we can head back down to the. Need to get back into MSFS. Not been on it for a few months. Yeah. Yeah, you could feel everything. That's very true, Carl. All right, so we're going to come down here. Emergency lights are armed. Seatbelt signs are on. Set the ice protect here to the meters select and heat to the captain's side. Anti-fog and anti-ice are both turned on. It looks like APU is available. So we're going to turn the APU, and now it's doing the self-test. You can see, did you guys see the heater there? That's really cool how that just kind of vibrates. All right, we're going to come down here, up here, and turn on the air conditioning system and turn on the bleed air as well. Now you can see the AC load as well. You can see the needle. Very, very cool animations there. And we're not going to do the tests again. So we've done them earlier, so you guys follow there just in the interest of time. Everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. Those can go to auto, and we're going to switch this to standby. And what's up with the click spots today? All right, switch back to primary. Everything here is good, and let's just do this here. All right, everything checks good. All right, and we're going to set the altitude to 31,000 feet for our flight. 31,000 is now set. Flight directors on. Come on, come on, come on. Where is my. Why is it doing this today? All right, there we go. Flight director is on. All right, flight directors are on both sides. And let's see here. We're going to come down here, turn on the hydraulics. Right, hydraulics are on, and pneumatic pressure. Excellent. All right, all set here, and we can start programming the FMC. And let's uncage the display. When is this? We were, for sure, Carl. One aircraft I have never been on is the MD-80, but from what I have seen, there's lots of good stuff out there now. Yeah. All right, so everything is set here, and we can start programming the FMC. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to go to position init. We are at Lima Foxtrot. All right, and that is set. Excellent. We're going to copy the position. Then we're going to go to the route. We are just going to type in the company route, Lima Foxtrot Papa Oscar to Lima, India Mike Lima. And we stick that here. Excellent. We're going to go to the departures. And we are departing through the, we're departing runway 7. And if I'm not mistaken, next page is the bubble 9, I think. We can just, ooh, flight is gone. That's too bad. All right, let's add the flight. Add the flight plan. We're gonna get it from SimBrief. Excellent, everything's there. And all right, so the bubble 9E indeed is the right one. Right, so that's the one there. And then we're going to go to the route, and we're going to go back to the arrival. And the arrival is through the ILS Yankee 36 and the SN2 Sierra, SRN2 Sierra, through the UNDOP transition. And execute that. Routes, activate. Executes. Excellent. Performance initialization. And we can come to our weight and balance and get the zero fuel 55673. 55673. And we're going to enter that here. And the fuel is 8,200 kilos. /A. Done. Reserves, we're just going to put 2,000 for reserves, cost to index, and 31,000 feet for flight. Okay, perfect. And we can go back to our electronic folder. We'll get 5328, 5328, 5328, cruise wind, and the ESA deviation is 5. 5 is set, and everything is cool. Perfect. Let's go to takeoff, and now we can go to performance. First, we're going to take a note of our takeoff weight, which is 63544. All right, 63544. And then we're going to select our airport, which is Lima Foxtrot Papa Oscar, through runway 7 today. That's runway 7. Condition is dry. Flap optimum. Wind is, let's see here. What is the wind? Let's go to, no, we need the weather. Let's go to the weather here. 0308. 0308. Excellent. Temperature is 3 degrees Celsius right now. Pretty cold. We'll leave packs on and AI off. And calculate. Excellent. All right, so we've got our speeds in flap, 146, 150, 159, 146, 150, and 159. Oop. 150 and 159. All right, perfect. Everything is complete. And we're just going to go to the legs page and ensure there are no discos. We're going to clear that one here. Disco is cleared. Execute. And done. Excellent. All right. Everything's good here. All right. Perfect. So we are now ready to start our engines, and we can now properly push back. A lot faster this time because I realized that I kept you guys waiting. So so we're going to turn on our fuel pumps, and we're going to come here and door. What is it complaining about the door? Is the door open? No. No doors are open. Okay. Let's see here. Everything here is set up, and we can turn on the anti-collision lights, position lights. Why is it doing this today? All right, here we go. All right, so everything is set up here. Flight directors are on both sides, and we are ready for engine start. We're going to set the altitude here, and we're going to set this to 159 for our speed. Right, 159 is set, and heading of 070. Right, there we go. All is set. Gulf Coast Tim, hello my friend. So this is basically a study level aircraft. In my view, yes it is. It is a study level aircraft, and I highly recommend that you read the manual, because you can actually fly this aircraft by reading the manual just exactly like it was flown by real world pilots. So, so it is a study level aircraft without a doubt. All right, so everything here is good. Our fuel pumps are on, and we can now call the pushback truck. So to do this, we're going to summon a GSX, and we're going to prepare for pushback and departure. Right, and what do we use? Air France? Why not? Do you ever have pilot heat not coming on? I've just had issues the past 3 flights with the Mddog. Do you mean the pitot heat? Pitot heat is fine, I think. I don't think I've had any issues with it. Right here. Yeah.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I love the French accent there. All right, here she comes. Very nice livery.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pas incertain.
Hello there, Frank. Welcome aboard, my friend from France. Glad to have you here with us this evening. All right, departure check is complete, and we are now pushing back out of our position. And we're going to head to runway 07 for departure. All right, locking gear. Excellent. What are they doing? All right, we're going to push the nose to, let me think here, nose to the left. Nose to the left. There we go.
Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake is released.
Starting push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
All right, and we have clearance to start our engines, so we're going to turn off the bleed, or the air conditioning system. All right, so that is off. And system A, open the guard switches there, and we're going to start with the right engine first. All right, there we go. And we're going to watch N2. We're going to wait for about 20%. We'll have to still set up our flaps and slats and set up the trim, which we will do in a minute. All right, 17, 18, 19. Okay, that's close enough. And fuel is coming on. Lovely aircraft. All right, we have a good start on the right engine. Let's start the left engine now. Don, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here, sir. Oh, Felix is also from France. Hello, my friend. Welcome. I'm currently not on any network, no. All right, 20%. And there we go, fuel. And hopefully this time we will depart without incident. All right, just waiting for the second engine. All right, second engine is a good start on the second engine as well.
Reset parking brake.
All right, parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, gotta love that French accent. All right, confirm.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right. All right, so now we can turn on the, let's see, the engines, by the way, are now taken over already. So the engines, once the engines start, the generators are, they kick in automatically. So if you go here and select external power, so DC volts, battery amps,
Unlocking.
we still have APU power. All right, so we're going to turn on the supply air on both sides. All right, and we're going to turn off the APU master. APU master is off. Everything's good.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass power off.
Excellent. We're going to put this on the off position, close the guards, and we are pretty much ready to go. Okay, let's see here. All right, so where's the marshaller there? Where is it? Oh, there she is. All right, we're just going to wait for her signal. We're going to turn on the runway turn-off lights and the nose light to taxi. And we're just going to wait for the confirmation there and release parking brake. Actually, we need to set up our flaps, so we'll do that. All right, so let her do her thing. Let us do our thing. Flaps 5 and the takeoff weight. So if we go to weight and balance, the takeoff center of gravity is 14.2. So let's come here and 14.2, flaps 5. That's a trim of about 5.8. That's about right. And we're going to listen to those really beautiful sounds. All right, we're going to set flaps 5 here. So let's select flaps 5. All right, flaps 5. And now we can set flaps 5 and slats 5. Excellent. All right, everything is set, and we are good to go. All right, so what you do, again, in order to just make sure that everything is okay, release your parking brake. Okay, and push the throttle real quick. So we have the auto brake, which is located down here to rejected takeoff, and arm it. And now we shouldn't get any messages there. All right, let's taxi to the runway now, and finally we are off again from the parking position onto the runway. That's 2 classic airlines I'd buy in a sec if you were available for MSFS. Yeah. All right. So we are now on our way to runway 07 for departure. I do apologize, guys, for the initial takeoff, which was a failed takeoff due to excessive throttle, which led the engines to explode. So we completely wrecked the previous aircraft. It was completely written off, and the pilot and co-pilot are under investigation by the National Transformation Safety Board. Yeah. I've done a video on X-Plane. I was feeling pretty relaxed this weekend and didn't feel really like doing any reviews of anything. So I've done one tutorial for setting up throttles, and then I've done a cinematic video showcasing all the new features of X-Plane 12. And yeah, I thought it was a really by the way, X-Plane has been updated to version 12.01 R3, and I'm happy to report that the sim is in tip-top shape, both in terms of performance, in terms of the visuals. It actually looks pretty good. So yeah. There we go. That's we're gonna go all the way there, make the left turn to the runway. Look at this aircraft, guys. Just lovely. Lovely aircraft. Looks like there's a lot of activity at that part of the airport. Right, here we go. QA, did you see the interview in YouTube with Robert Randazzo about 7 days ago? Very interesting, about 2 hours. He wants to do a 727. Oh, really? I haven't watched the interview, no, but yeah, I will be I'll be very I'll be very interested in the news and in the aircraft when it does come out. The 727, I love the classics. I just love the classical aircraft. A Caltoft, are you using any shaders? No, sir. I am using no shaders whatsoever. Is that our turn? It was indeed. I don't use shaders, but I am using I'm using a color preset, which might be why the sim kind of looks a little different. So I've used the NVIDIA, I think some game filter thing it's called. This is a really nice airport. All right, let's head back into the cockpit, not get too carried away with those external views.
Romeo, connect 199 and 121705, or 8404. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm going to set everything up from this point, so we're going to set our landing lights. The one thing I noticed in the MD-80 by Leonardo is that the engine sounds are very low. All right, there we go. Right, we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to select takeoff. All right, excellent.
Good morning, KLM 1853, connect 1009, ready. KLM 853.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for departure. There is a sound pack available for $5. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. I'll check it out. All right, here we go. And hopefully this time we'll depart without incident. Okay, here we go. And come on, auto throttle. And auto throttle is doing its thing. Airspeed alive.
80 knots, cross check.
B1, rotate. That took us almost the entire length of the runway, and the wind was very, very strong on takeoff. Pod is ready to climb, and gears going up. All right, we are finally airborne. Guys, I'm going to remove the yoke here so just so I can see this, and we'll bring it back a little later. All right. Right, we're looking okay. We're going to track the flaps.
Flap 0.
And retract this,
Slots retract.
All right, there we go. Begin our turn. We can click on nav. Come on, nav. Why does it do that? Nav. All right, nav track. Gee, this click spots is totally off today. All right, let me come down. Let me come this way. And all right, VNAV is FMS EPR, VNAV climb, and autopilot 1 is engaged. And we're going to click here on climb if we can. All right, climb is set. I really am not sure what's wrong with the click spots today. Carl, you've got 30 frequent flyer miles. Cool. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, as we depart Paris on our way to Milan. And there is 250 knots. Everything's looking good. And if we come down here, we can turn this to the off position. Such a huge cockpit. And everything here is looking good. By the way, 5,000, we need to set this to standard. So 013, there we go. 29902. And Don Mack, welcome to Private Pilot. Thank you very much, sir, for your support and being a member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. I really appreciate it very much. What gives you the points? Just watching or chatting included as well? Or do I have to do extra nice? That's very funny. Actually, both. So the more you watch and the more you are active, the more points you get. So I think every 5 minutes or so you'll get some points in, but if you're chatting, then you get a lot more points. So 10,000 feet, the floodlights are off, and I'm going to be adding some gift certificate very soon because I think some of you guys will be eligible for them. So strobes are on, anti-collision are on, and the wing lights are off. And we are looking perfect now, guys. VNAV climb, nav track, FMS EPR. So everything is working in tip-top shape. And we're going to continue until we reach 31,000 feet. And yeah, let's switch over to the outside. And this is the outside. And I love how smooth the sim is today. Just love it. All right, so I'll tell you guys what I've done. I've done a few changes. Now, of course, I have the 4090. Mertoya has been a member for 16 months. Thank you very much for your support. What did you change? Yeah, it is running very smooth today. I'm very glad. So here are the tips for you guys. And, of course, it pays off to watch the Q8 Pilot channel, right? So you get all those tips that are otherwise not published on the channel. So you guys get them here on the live stream. So actually 3 things that I've changed that is giving you a very smooth experience both in X-Plane and in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Number 1, go to your NVIDIA shader cache and delete everything from the shader cache. If you don't know how to do this, just go to YouTube and type clear NVIDIA cache, and you should be able to get, I think it's the first one. The first hit will show you how to do that. Hey, IFR Captain, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Can mods deduct points? Cause then I have to watch Andy. No, they cannot. All right. So the first thing is go and clear your NVIDIA cache completely. There are 2 folders. One is called GL and one is called something else. DLS or DLS or something like that. There's 2 folders. Anyway, those 2 folders need to be cleared completely. Then go to your NVIDIA control panel, and there is in the global settings, there is something called the shader cache. And it will more than likely be set to default. Just set that to unlimited. Once you set the shader cache to unlimited, go to Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane individually and there is change the latency parameter to ultra. The latency parameter with the shader cache deletion, as well as setting the global shader cache in the NVIDIA control panel, is what is giving me the smoothness of the sim that you guys are seeing today. So I highly recommend that you try it out, and I hope it works out well for you, because it has done wonders for me as well, without a doubt. All right, we continue to climb, and here's a wing view for you guys. Everything is looking pretty sharp today and very, very nice. And by the way, guys, don't... I think there are a lot of videos out there that are telling you not to use aspect ratio, that go and turn it off, it will improve performance and this and that. And I can tell you right now that it will do nothing to performance. In fact, it might degrade the visuals sometimes. So I don't recommend that you change the aspect ratio. If it's set, just leave it. I think I need to do another video, another settings video. You're most welcome, Stan. You're most welcome, my friend. I'm doing very well, IFR Captain. I hope you are the same, my friend. All right, so we continue now our climb to 31,000 feet, and everything is looking in tip-top shape. Let's go ahead and visit the cabin here, shall we? And just, again, look, guys, at the fidelity of the 3D modeling in this cockpit. The oxygen masks, I mean, they're not usable, but they are modeled just for completeness sake, I think. I think it looks really phenomenal. The 3D cockpit there looks really, really good. All right, let's visit the cabin here so you guys can also get an appreciation of what this aircraft looked like from the passenger's perspective. Now, I don't really care much if there was or there wasn't a passenger cabin, but I know a lot of you guys do. And so this one does have a passenger cabin, and it's, I think it's reasonably modeled. Nothing, you know, too crazy about the graphics there. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And those wings look pretty good also from the, just by looking out the window here. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Right, 22 for 31, and everything is looking in tip-top shape. Perfect. Yeah, definitely, Carl. The setup of the MD-80 is pretty standard, I think. I haven't been on an MD-80 personally, but I've seen one part. I don't remember which museum it was. Wasn't the one? It wasn't the one in the UK. Can't recall which one. And we were actually able to go inside the aircraft. I think it was hosted in Kuwait. I think it was in Kuwait. I'm not sure. So, a lot of things happening on the flight simulation community. Without a doubt, Flight Sim Expo is coming very soon. FS Expo 2023, which of course the channel is an official sponsor of. I have been, by the way, guys, receiving requests for sponsorship from companies. So they want me to become, their partner. And I have regretfully turned down all the requests for any kind of partnership with any company, with any development company. I wouldn't mind partnering with a content creator, with a fellow content creator, and work on some useful tutorials, for example, for the community, or host them on the channel. That's perfectly okay. But I have made it very clear, I think, after the couple of partnerships that I have, that I am not going to become partners with anyone. And in fact, when I evaluated the partnerships that I've had, whether it was with Threshold or with any builds, I don't think that I have benefited in any way, shape, or form from those partnerships or the channel. And I've done it just out of, I mean, with Threshold, it was more of a friendship with Magnus rather than, you know, just really looking for something. In return, I was really trying to help him out with Threshold. With any builds, it was a little bit different. So there was a fee that they used to pay. It was a very, very small fee, I would say. To me, it's negligible. It's not an amount that I even call, it's nothing. It's really a very small amount that doesn't even, pay for groceries, if you will. But but yeah, it was okay. It was all right. I was happy with, really just helping out any builds, getting the name out there, and I feel that I've done enough to promote them. But for me, it's just it wasn't really working out, and it's much better to be neutral and not affiliated with anyone in this kind of hobby, to be very honest. So yeah, and every day I get proof that I've made the right decision. So I'm very content with whatever I've done there. Hewitt and I both have given away more personally than he has ever been handed by others. Thank you, Carl. Again, Carl, you've just been you've been really a rock throughout this journey, and I do thank you very much for your support. Really, I really appreciate it. Any builds? You had some giveaways. So what does that say? Any builds? You had some giveaways. Those were nice. Well, look, I'm going to continue to do the giveaways. Only they're not going to be sponsored by any builds. But yeah, I'll do the same. I still have a good relationship with them. So yeah, it's exactly right, Stan. It's good to be your own chief. All right, we're approaching 31,000 feet, and so the giveaways will not stop, guys. I will continue to do giveaways. I've done many giveaways long before my partnership with Any Builds, which lasted, I think, about 6-7 months or so. All right, so now we're going to switch this to CR for cruise. I really am not sure what's going on with the click spots today. There we go. CR. That's a test there. So I have to be very careful with the clicks today. All right. All right, so there we go. And here's a quick look at the outside. Look at just this beautiful terrain here over French territory and the nice clouds. And by the way, I think we're going to be heading, you can see the ice on the mountains there. It's going to be very icy as we make our way into Milan this evening. All right, all is looking good, and we can go to the progress page here. Progress, and let's see, is that the progress page? It's very difficult to understand what's going on. All right, that's the progress page right now. And we still don't see the top of descent here, but we should be there shortly. All right, by the way, we can power this device and select weather, but doesn't do anything. It just says WX+D, but doesn't really do anything. Right, we are at cruise, VNAV level, as you can see here, nav track and FM speed. So everything is currently configured by the autopilot. Mekshketi, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. What add-on aircraft would you say is the best for MSFS? The PMDG 737, without a doubt. I meant they did not give much to give away. It doesn't cost them much. I won 2 times here, and they gave me the scenery I now have in MSFS. I would not have bought it anyway. So they could have been a bit more generous. Well, I do love the Mad Dog NM Flyer Robin as well. I think it's just really very, very nice. Here, by the way, guys, if I just go here to the back and, you know, just look at this view here of the cockpit, and this looks sensational. Just really looks very, very nice. So yeah, let me bring back the yoke now that we're in. We're going to definitely need it for disconnecting the autopilot once we are ready, 1,000 feet from the runway. But yeah, I mean, gotta go, folks. Have a great rest of the flight. Thank you very much, Dan. Thanks for being here as long as you did. Appreciate it, my friend. I agree with you there, Carl. Yeah, I think whatever they've given to the community, I think that's to be commended. I mean, they didn't have to do it, but you know, they were gracious enough to offer the community copies of their scenery, so that was very nice, I think, of them to do. And yeah, and we'll continue with the giveaways. Hopefully not next stream, but maybe the stream after, I will host a giveaway here on the channel. And of course, don't forget that you, by watching and by being you know, interactive on the channel, you earn frequent flyer miles, which you can then redeem towards buying either add-ons, or of course there will be access codes, so I will provide you with all the access codes there so you can redeem. I'll start setting those up very soon so that you guys can start redeeming your points towards gift certificates and other add-ons for both Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. But from a PR point of view, I think it's not a bad thing to give a tad more. I agree with you there, Alex. Yeah, maybe they could have done more, but if you think about it, so they've had, currently any builds have a number of influencers, if you will. Teuton Murphy, Chewy, Captain Canada, Flightzilla. They've got a number of them, you know, of these guys, you know, doing those streams. So they actually provide 2 copies for all of them. And in fact, they don't just provide it for partners, but they provide it for other content creators, such as V1 and Flight Deck to Sim. So I think, all in all, I think they do provide a number of giveaways, which I think is pretty generous of them. Here is a look at the outside, and you can see the snowy mountains and the snowy terrain here. As we make our way into Milan, you see the beautiful clouds, and look at just how this Mad Dog turns. Looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a gorgeous aircraft, really, by Leonardo software. Definitely a nice aircraft. Osama Muhammad, hello my friend, welcome aboard. And we have also one CAG with us today. Welcome aboard, my friend. Is this bird oscillating around its pitch axis constantly? I don't think it does this in real world, but I'm using FS Realistic and I think that's what it does. Q8, I downloaded the new X-Craft's E-Jet manual. It looks good. Do you have any idea when it'll be out? IFR Captain, unfortunately I'm under very strict NDA, so I cannot share anything about the X-Craft model. All I can tell you that it's not going to be it's not going to be years, you know, before the aircraft is released. But I think what the developer wants to do is really focus on the you know, the aircraft systems. So that is something very important for the developer, and they really want to nail this aircraft, and that's really what's taking time. But the aircraft, I've tested the aircraft, and I think you're in for a treat. That's all I can say, is that you're in for a treat when this aircraft comes out. I cannot say anything more. I do apologize. They use MD-80 for fire suppression tankers. They do that, yes. I have seen several videos of that. And yeah, let's look at the first officer side here. There's an aircraft flying along about the same altitude there. Very nice. Just really the texturing. And MSFS just looks beautiful. The scenery looks just absolutely incredible. Very, very nice indeed. There we go. Everything's looking in tip-top shape. All right. Do we have TD? Yes, we do. We have top of descent in about 192 nautical miles. All right. So right before we reach the top of descent, we will see how much fuel is remaining to set our landing performance data, and then we should be good. We have with us Anmax Air. Hello, my friend from Twitch. Welcome, my friend. Sorry, I just joined. Can you show us the outside of the plane? Oh, all right. So here's the outside of the plane, Anmax Air. And welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here with us on the channel. I hope you enjoy your stay. And this is the Mddog from the outside. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful looking aircraft. I just love the looks of it. Look at that. It somehow reminds me of a pit bull. I'm not sure why, but just kind of looks like a pit bull to me. All right, there we go. Whether this model is ported from P3D or not, I still think it looks great. Yeah. And here's a top-down view of the aircraft, traveling at 31,000 feet. Yeah. Wow, lots of AI traffic there. Look at that. 3 of them. You're most welcome, Anmax. Some says, after doing many flights on the A320 and B37 PMDG, which airplane do you recommend to learn next? Jetliner, not GA. Well, 2 different schools, Boeing and Airbus. But in both, you have options for both. In by the way, in both simulators, in Microsoft Flight Simulator and in X-Plane 12. So in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you have the Phoenix and the PMDGs of the world. You have this MD-80. And if you really, really want to experience something like, something that is a little different, I highly recommend this MD-80 by Leonardo Software. I just don't think that this aircraft has gotten enough love. And I think it does really is worthy of my time, and it's a fun aircraft to fly, and quite, developed to a very high standard, I think, by by Leonardo. For FSA, I mean, it really depends some on what you like. Airbus and Boeing are 2 different schools, and I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment learning either one of them. There's a lot of tutorials on how to fly both aircraft by real-world pilots. Is it still in use by airlines today? I don't think the MD-80 is in use, and if it is, I think there are very few left. Anmax Air. I don't think that most of the MD-80s have been retired, with very few exceptions, maybe that are used for cargo flights today. But yeah, I think maybe very few. I'd like to see the outcast of the MD series MD-95 B717 for X-Plane 12. Hopefully. Amir, hello there, my friend. Welcome aboard. For me, Boeing 777 is as simple as the A320, but 737 is preferable for me. Different systems, in my opinion. Well, Osama, look, the 777 is again a very advanced aircraft, and I think Boeing has learned a lot over the years, and they started embracing the notion of automation in the aircraft systems. They started also adopting the same Airbus philosophy which basically entails creating cockpits that are very similar. So if you fly an A320, it's not very different from flying the A321 or the A350 or 80 for that matter. And that is something that we're seeing now across the board with Airbus, and I think Boeing is very quickly learning that and making those changes. So the 777 is a quite advanced. It's one of the most advanced aircraft in the world today, and its systems are highly automated, kind of like the Airbus. If you like the older classic 737s, even up to 800 before the NG model, then yes, it does require a lot of things, a lot of systems, a lot of gauges to be pushed, a lot of things to understand. I really enjoyed your cinematic video. Thank you very much there, my friend. Appreciate it. Yes, around 136 MD are still active. Oh, wow, 136. That's quite a number, really, for such an old aircraft. They have a graveyard in Roswell with hundreds of MD-80s. Yeah. This area had very quiet sounds, even in real life. Really? Wow. I thought it was loud for some reason, just because it's an old aircraft. The Fokker F-100 will be nice. I think Just Flight is creating one. I'm not sure if it's the 100 or a different version, but I know they are creating one. All right, so we are looking here, 151 nautical miles before top of descent. Let's take a look at the outside real quick, guys. Here's a quick look at the outside, and you can see the beautiful clouds, and you can see this beautiful scene here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I'll tell you guys one thing that you probably should not do. So a lot of videos are saying, you know, turn off aspect ratio and put no scaling. And with that option in Microsoft Flight Simulator, made my clouds look very grainy for some reason. So for that reason, I turned it off and kind of stuck with the aspect ratio. I try things. Yeah, I try things, and you know, I report them back to you guys, of course. Many thanks for your opinion. I think I will start with the MD-80 very soon. You will absolutely love it. Dewar Khan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Jave is doing both the Fokker 100 and the 70. Oh, good. Excellent. The sound reminds me of Iran and the smell of burning jet fuel. Yeah, Amir, Iran Air had this aircraft. It was very popular amongst its fleet. And let me increase the range here a bit. There we go. That's much better. So, and it's an area of the world that I'd like to explore a little further and fly more in that part of the world. Do you use mods and shaders? I'm not using any mods and shaders whatsoever for Microsoft Flight Simulator. No, it's the default shaders of the sim. And the same, by the way, for X-Plane. I'm not using any mods or anything like that. So I'll show you guys once we land. I'm not sure if the overlay will show. I'll show you the color preset that I've done, and if you guys like it, you can just copy it. I think you need an RTX card though to be able to replicate what I do for the color filter that I use. And by the way, it's not something I created on my own. I just found someone that did it on YouTube, and I just copied it, and it looked good, so I kept it. I was recently on these MD-80 aircraft with Iran Air Tour. Really? Are they still in operation, Amir, in Iran? King William Alexander of the Netherlands has had a Fokker 70 type rating. Now he has a 737 type rating, and at times he flies a KLM. Oh, how cool. Coming from X-Plane, how does the flight model feel in MSFS these days? Zach, welcome aboard. First of all, glad to have you here on the channel. It feels okay. Some aircraft feel better than others. This particular aircraft I really like a lot. I think it feels very much like a real big aircraft. And there was actually an MD-80 pilot who's written a comment on one of my videos, and he actually said that this aircraft flies exactly like the real thing. And by the way, the rocking that you see, this oscillation, up and down. That's FS realistic, so nothing to do with the flight model of the aircraft. So yeah, about 126 nautical miles, guys. We're getting close to our destination. We're going to continue. The top of descent mark is showing on the display now here, and we're looking good. How are you at this fine day? I'm doing excellent, Dwar. I hope you are the same, my friend. Our king also has flown the F-16 jet, and oh, really? He likes aviation. That's cool. There are, by the way, a lot of presidents that are actually world pilots, and there are some famous actors such as John Travolta. John Travolta has a 747-200, I believe. I'm not sure if he sold it, but he used to have a 747 parked at his house, where he has actually a runway at his house, and he can actually depart with that 74 classic from the comfort of his home and bring it back. How cool is that? And I know that the former king of Jordan, King Hussein, was a Boeing pilot as well. He used to fly the Boeing 747. And he did all of his official trips himself. So he used to be the captain flying on all those trips. I know also the former president of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak, was a fighter pilot. And later on, he also flew his own airplane. So a lot of these. John Denver was a pilot. Unfortunately, he met his demise on his aircraft. It was a very unfortunate event, but yeah. So all of these guys, are pilots, and it's good to see. It's always nice to see the president of a country just flying himself. It's a cool thing. I'm so looking forward for the Aerodynamics DC-10. Oh, yeah. Was a Qantas 707 and Hino 2 Qantas. Oh, really? Oh, I see. It was a 707, not a 747. Thank you very much, NM Flyer, for correcting me on that. I think, by the way, he had both. I know he had two aircraft. John Travolta had two aircraft. So one of them is probably the 747, and well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Mr. Travolta is mad keen aviator and is licensed to fly a 707, 737, and 747. Wow, Alex, thanks for the info. Yeah. My very first trip on a jetliner was with a Swiss Air DC-932. Ooh, wow, cool. That's a cool aircraft. Michael Dorn, Worf in Star Trek, is a pilot too. He owns a North American Sabreliner jet. I sent the MD-80s I traveled with in. Oh, really? So it's still in operation. Have you ever wanted to be a real live pilot QA? Yep, of course. Caltop. That is, of course. By the way, most of the content creators who do aviation content, and I've done exclusive content on aviation. I don't do games, and I do play some games, but my passion is with aviation. And most of them actually went and got the license, such as, I think Jeff Faviano got a license. I know Squirrel has one. I need to say hello to Squirrel. I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Shane or Osflight Simmer has gotten his PPL. Matt Davis gotten his PPL. So yeah, I mean, this is what drives you. So definitely, it's something that I want to do. And once I retire, from my current job, I will more than likely go into the aviation career, you know, as a retiree, and maybe get rated on the 737 and become a pilot. Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden is a pilot as well. Oh, wow. Cool. I meant to say the MD-80's photographs, which I took in Iran, is on Discord. Oh, got you, Amir, got you. Thank you very much. I'll check it out. All right, time to take a look at the outside here real quick, and you can see we are approaching the beautiful mountain range. This view looks wow, I have to say. And there is a lot of AI traffic there and right there, so it looks like the sky is filled with aircraft today. But this is actually looking very, very nice. I really like what I see here. Yeah. Looking good. Right, I'm going to take a very short break, folks, and I'll be right back with you. I'm going to leave you with this beautiful wing view of the MD-80, and I will be back shortly. And Q8 is back. All right. What we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to start setting up for our arrival. We are about 62 nautical miles from top of descent. By the way, if you look at unfortunately, there's just way too many clouds, but this area is very mountainous, and the mountain range here looks absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, we're not going to be able to see it because of all the clouds. So let's go ahead and set up the aircraft. We're going to head over here to... we're going to take a note of the gross weight right now is 6,950. Okay? We have about total fuel of 5,250 kilos. And so we've burned about just 3,000, just about, no, was it A2? Yeah, about 3,000 kilos exactly. So I expect to burn another maybe 1,500. So 60, so 59, so we'll say 58 for the gross weight. All right, let's come here to the performance. And we're going to go to performance. We're going to select landing. Right, there we go. Something is up with the click spots today. I'm not sure why. And Sparko Gamer, welcome aboard to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Thank you for your subscription, sir. All right, so we are going to be arriving into Lima, India, Mike, Lima. And enter that. We are arriving runway 36. Current condition is dry. Flaps, we're going to do 15 slats, 44 flaps. And let's get the wind information. So we're going to bring up friendly Volanta here. And we're going to take a note of the wind information at our destination, which is Milan. Let's see here. We've got 1010 and the wind, Verbos wind, 2 knots. So I'm just going to say 2, I'm going to put 0 and 2. Outside temperature is 6 degrees. All right, flaps done. QNH is 1019. 1019. Reverse, yes. Auto brake, manual. No, we're going to put it on medium. And the landing weight in kilograms, we're going to put 59,000 or 58,500. 58,500. It does tend to burn a lot of fuel. So let's say calc, and now we have everything here set up. So the VREF flaps 40 is 134, and we might add just a little bit more to that for wind correction. We are now getting pretty close to our destination, 37 nautical miles. We're going to go ahead. You can see the mountain range now. We're going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet, which is our initial approach altitude into Milan. There we go. And here now you can see, I think, the mountain range. Just look at how beautiful this is, guys, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just really a sensational view of this beautiful mountain range. Just lovely. Just absolutely lovely. Last of the muscle jets, absolutely. You know, one of my good friends is a former 707 pilot. And he actually tells me that it took a lot of muscular power to operate those aircraft, unlike the fly-by-wire and modern jets. The old-time aircraft required a lot of strength, physical strength from the pilots to operate it. And yeah, things have definitely changed. The 707 was an awesome plane. Yeah, I agree there. Is this live ATC we can hear in the background? Wonkak, this is FS chatter. So it is not live ATC, no. But I think it does add a lot of immersion to the experience. By the way, will the next Microsoft Flight Sim come in 2040? That I don't know. John Travolta owns 707 with the Qantas colors, as he is their ambassador for the airline. Oh, I see. As in by weight, they were in that category. Yeah. He sold the 707. Oh, I see. How do you think Boeing will replace the 757? I have no clue. All right, a little bit of turbulence here, nothing too serious. We are about 21 nautical miles from top of descent, and you can see the beautiful mountain range here. Here, let me just do that. Just look at that, guys. Look at that beautiful view here from the cockpit window. This just looks, wow. This looks just really, really nice. I would love to fly in an area like that with all the snow. Looks just really nice. All right, one more thing we need is the ILS frequency. So we're going to go to approach reference. We're going to note the ILS frequency for runway 36, which is 1090.55. So that is going to be set here, 109.55. And the approach course is 353 degrees. 353. Excellent. And 109.55 and 353. All right, 353 is set. We are looking good. And top of descent is in about 10 nautical miles now. And if we actually look here, you can see it. Let me just move the yoke out of the way so you guys can see here. As you can see, this is top of descent. And this works just like the like Boeing in that it will automatically begin the descent. You don't really have to do anything. It will just take care of it. And here's another look at the outside before we begin our descent. Just look at this beautiful sight of this mountain range now that the clouds are clear. And by the way, we're after this mountain range, there is no more ice. You know, the snowy mountains will go away and we'll see some green just right after we pass this this area. But it just really looks sensational in Microsoft Flight Simulator, without a doubt. Looks really, really good. The Alps in all glory, absolutely. Make sure you add IRL setting for the co-pilot. IRL setting for the co-pilot. Co-pilot is set, he's good. Alright, so we're going to go back here to the Lex page. One thing I want to go here to the weather information. And let's see here. LFPO. Why is it not showing? Alright, we'll just come here. 1010, okay. Alright, 1010. Oh, it's about right. All right, we are set, and as you can see, the descent has begun towards our destination. We are looking good. FMS idle, nav track, VNAV descent. So everything is being controlled by the aircraft right now. VFE comes with the Maddog. Yes, it does. Imagine taking this aircraft to Innsbruck. Yeah, it would be a real challenge. In fact, guys, what I was thinking actually is to do the A320 from Brussels to Innsbruck. That was actually the planned stream. But then I looked over my notes from previous streams, and I know that several of you guys have requested that we do a flight aboard the Mddog MD-80, and so I decided to, just bring a little more variety to the content. The takeoff in Innsbruck is definitely a challenge, yeah. You need to be light, that's for sure.
Full Mike November. Landing in circle in 2 minutes. Yeah, in 3.
What a sight. By the way, I'm not sure if flight control replay works with this aircraft or not. But we're going to attempt it anyway. I hope it doesn't crash the sim though. How is the turning circle with MD-80? It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. It's possible, but very difficult. Yeah, it requires some skill. And you have to be spot on your turns there. All right, let's decrease the range here. That's better. I love flying over Italy and France. It's just really very beautiful scenery. Italy is a beautiful country with beautiful people, beautiful food. Everything about it is just very special. That's spot on there, Carl. Yes, the MD-80 is a very long plane, and the way it turns is very different. But I'll tell you guys one thing. This aircraft actually in the sim handles so well. I mean, you feel when you're flying, I mean, if you do get the MD-80 or if you do have it, when you're flying this aircraft, you feel it when it's heavy. You feel the turns, how it kind of slow, takes its time. It's got its own personality. It's got some character. I love flying the MD-80, whether in MSFS or in the Rotate Sim version in X-Plane. Both are just absolutely great. I'll tell you that I like this aircraft. I like the Leonardo version a little more than the MD-80 by Rotate. But that's just my preference. I like this one a little better. I've had this aircraft, by the way, for P3D as well, and I just absolutely loved it. All right, we are almost at our destination, 18,000 feet. We are looking good. And here's a look at the outside as we clear the snowy mountains. Looking good. The Leonardo has more depth than the Rotate jet. Yes, correct, Carl. And I like their implementation of the FMS a little better as well. Me too, I like MSFS 2020 on despite... oh. We are looking good. Sorry guys, it took a bit longer than usual today because of the initial failed takeoff where we blew up the engines, but hopefully we'll make it worthwhile here on the approach. As you can see here, this is ONDAP, the transition into the center fix for runway 36 over at our destination. And then shortly after is the final fix. We are looking good, and descent at approximately 2,000 feet per minute at this time. We are targeting 3,000 feet.
Pressure 4 Alpha Sierra, hello. Information Zulu 998, full ground.
We'll bring back the yoke for landing for sure, but for the time being, it's best we leave it this way so we can see the display properly. Congrats on overstressing the engine. I think that failure was actually good content, showed that the jet has depth in its systems and it isn't an indestructible puppet jet. Yeah, Carl, I do agree there on that account. Thank you for that. I do agree that sometimes it's a good thing to show, by the way, not just that the aircraft is in depth, but also the mistakes that I do, people can avoid later on. So always, guys, in life, learn from someone else's mistake. Because making the mistake yourself is very expensive, as you have witnessed in the stream. And yeah, so I do agree with you, Carl, there. And I normally, and this is actually part of the reason why I started moving towards streaming. Because every little mistake that I do will be noticed. First, I do learn from you guys. So that's a good thing. And the other thing you can learn again from my mistakes. So absolutely, the recovery from a mistake or a mistake is what defines us. Absolutely, for better or worse. I agree there with you fully, Carl. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the city here as we approach our destination. Wow, look at that! Look at this beautiful scene here with all the buildings, stadiums. Just lovely. Just really a lovely approach. Right, we're coming close to 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Landing lights are now on, and we're going to turn on the floodlights as well. Runway turn-off lights are on. Wing lights on. Excellent. And we're about at the center fix. We'll worry about the flight control replay, but first let's take a look here at the outside, and you can see this beautiful terrain underneath as we approach our destination. I wish you guys could see it on my screen. The 43-inch 4K display. Things look just wow. All right, 9,000 feet. We're almost there now. Speed set to 240 knots. That's the center fix. All right, and the display is now at 5 nautical miles. Boeing Corp.
Enjoy a cup of coffee on me, and thanks for all your time for making these informative and entertaining streams.
Boeing Corp, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for your super chat, $10. Thank you very much. I'm definitely going to have the coffee tomorrow with a smile on my face. Thank you so much, Boeing Corp. Appreciate it, my friend. Very kind of you, very generous of you. Thank you, sir. Speed check. Hello, my friend. Welcome. It's been a while. Yeah. How are you? Right. Here we go. And the Barrow is 1010. So let's set that. All right. 1010 is set. And let's see, and cross-checked. All right, perfect. All right, what I'm going to do, folks, just so that I'm going to bring up flight control replay. Sorry about that. I should have turned that on before the flight. But yeah, that's all right. Let's say we're gonna call this Maddog and enter. All right, it's recording. Perfect. We're looking good. All right, we are going to arm the speed brakes. Oh, it was armed. All right, and all right, we're going to do flaps 40. So we don't, by the way, for landing, you don't need to worry about this. This is just for the takeoff. So we just can leave this as it is. Here, there's nothing we need to do. Yeah, nothing we need to do here. We're gonna stow this. All right, there we go. And here is our turn, and we should start decelerating momentarily. That's the center fixed right there, as you can see. Lovely, we're looking good. All right, what I'm gonna do, folks, we're gonna take a final note of our speed. So 132 for flaps 40, which matches what we got on the EFB. We're gonna go back to the legs, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say FMS override, and I'm going to start reducing our speed to 170 knots as we approach the airport. As you can see here, we can also go ILS, right? ILS, and that should help us intercept the ILS there for runway 36. That's our approach, 1090.55. All right, that checks okay. Excellent. All right, here we go. Almost at our initial approach altitude. We're a bit too fast. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see here. Let's slow down the aircraft. All right, let's lower the landing gear.
Gear down.
And I'm going to go ahead and reduce the speed to 132.
25 minutes.
Slats extended.
All right, we're getting the master caution because of the flaps. Should be able to reduce the speed sufficiently for our landing. We're still a bit too fast. All right, so we are ready now.
Flaps 28. Flaps 40.
All right, flaps are full. And we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and disconnect the autopilot.
Stabilizer motion. Yeah, Mattel to this time, this is 70. You may switch to ground once again. Once when it's 805.
Glide slow.
All right, there we go.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
It's complaining.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Why is it complaining so much?
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Line street, 65.
Glide slow.
Hello, sir.
Glide
Information
slow.
is set to uniform
Glide
case
slow.
9997. Full
Glide
ground control
slow.
121-805.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. 500. 300.
Number low, get 051. 07, number 1.
200. Sync rate.
1051.
100.
Hello, sir.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
1051, full ground, 121.705. Right. 207.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Milan. That was a very challenging landing, and we probably should have gone around.
Reverse lights out. 60 knots.
But nonetheless, we made it safely. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It wasn't too bad. Good recovery there. But we should have done better. I should have probably reduced the speed earlier. We're going to head over to the terminal now. And beautiful scenery again. This scenery is, by the way, available on the marketplace. All right, let's retract our flaps. And I think we forgot to set our brakes to the auto brake, but we managed anyway to bring the aircraft safely. We can turn off the landing lights. I'm not sure how will that work during the replay, but we're going to turn them off anyway. And this goes back to the position light. There we go. Woo! Glad we made it down in one piece. So am I. So am I. All right, here we go. Very nice scenery, really, of the airport.
Information is uniform, Canadian 9907, ground 121.805. Fine.
997, 11805. Okay, that 1395.
I didn't really know that, you know, clearing the cache, the NVIDIA cache, and making the shader with unlimited is really going to change things so much in the sim, but it is just butter smooth. I absolutely love it.
Goedemiddag, KLM 63 Juliet, Alpha 43, startup. Goedemiddag, KLM 63 Juliet, startup is approved over there with a uniform Canadian 9907, full ground 11705. Fine.
Start approved, QNH 997 and 11705. KLM 63 Juliet, sign up.
All right. We've made it safely here, and he wants us to cut off the engines, so we're going to actually leave that for now. By the way, just notice when I hit on the brakes, you saw the brake pressure here. You see it, it actually changes. Everything is very well done with this aircraft. Bill Barrett, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Camp Vaughn, hello my friend. Did you say it's butter smooth with the shader? Yeah, with the shader cache. So if you clear Camp Vaughn, if you clear the that's the tip I said at the beginning of the stream. Just very quickly. My experience today on the sim has been butter smooth after doing three things. One is clearing the NVIDIA shader cache. Two, setting the shader cache in the NVIDIA control panel global settings to unlimited, and changing the latency value for Microsoft Flight Simulator in the NVIDIA control panel to ultra. Those are the three things that I've done that made it so smooth and so buttery. Look at that, guys. Look at this beautiful aircraft. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our replay. So we're going to stop the recording. Hopefully it will, it will replay everything. Let's see, where is the Mddog? Mddog FCR is loaded, and let's hit play. Excellent. Now I'm not sure if it's going to have the landing gear. It's going to take a little time to load everything. That's okay. We're going to just do this and move it a little, maybe right there. After alignment to the ILS. That's the runway. All right. There we go. Right, at least they have the landing gear. And you can see the we had the brakes extended, the speed brakes extended to help reduce the speed of the aircraft as we were coming so fast. The Mddog and the sim look amazing. Well, thank you very much, Camp Vaughn. Appreciate it. That is a really beautiful approach with the mountains both behind us and ahead of us. Some turbulence there. I don't think the flaps are animated though. That is a nice view there from the cockpit. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. Bye-bye for now. Take care, my friend. And that's when I've disconnected the autopilot and taken over. Not sure why the aircraft's looking to pitch up when it's supposed to pitch down. That's strange. Could be flight control replay, I'm not sure. Because that's not what we've done. Well, it could be, I don't know. Ooh, almost tail strike there. I think it was a tail strike. But nonetheless, we made it safely. It could be because of the spoilers, yeah. Well, folks, this is it for tonight's stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. It's without a doubt been a lot of fun. Very challenging aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, one that I personally recommend. It will really require a learning curve. It's a challenging aircraft to fly, so if you want some challenge and you want to have some fun, this aircraft is highly recommended. The Mddog MD-80 by Leonardo software. And that's it really for this evening. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's time for me to call it a day. And I leave you guys in peace. So until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Stay safe and bye-bye for now.
KLM 290 Yankee, startup is approved. Information Whiskey, Kinect 997, full ground 121705. Bye.
Startup approved, information Whiskey, Kinect 997 and 121705, KLM 290 Yankee. Okay, delivery had 918, hello.
And 918, go ahead.
PDC received map project Romeo 81, fully ready. 21, fully ready for